Hi. I thought it might be useful and helpful to give a little quick demo of what Pi looks like in its current format before we move into the final 90 days of development, which will get us to market readiness. So this is the Pi platform, and it takes you through sort of where we stand right now in overall planetary boundaries, which are the tipping points that we cannot surpass, where we stand on our carbon budget. This is just very macro, high level. So you have two ways to use Pi. You can either create a project by location, and it'll let you know what problems are present. This is a this needs to be updated in the next development leg. So this is not a live public product. And it gives you a list of all of the environmental challenges that are present in the location that you chose. So you can choose whichever challenges you want to address, high waste generation, and it'll recommend to you the best fit solutions, interventions that you can deploy. It'll give you an estimation of cost, of how long it takes to deploy, of how many records are in the training data to show what the impact was for that. And then it'll recommend to you different tools that can help you address that. And it'll give you a comparison of the impact you can expect with the different solutions that it gave to you. And it'll give you predicted impact of, waste sorting 92%, lower waste, etc. And then the second way is to create a decision. And the language isn't correct yet, but this is the transition plan recommender. So in the new version, we're not going to have what is your use case. We're going to actually use the foundational climate intelligence model to interact with the customer and understand where are you, who are you, what do you need to do, what is your context. But for the purpose of the demonstration, you can choose, let's say I'm a city or buildings. I'm a city, great. Let's figure out your decision model for cities. What are your key objectives? Let's say, let's reduce flooding, reduce water waste. And Pi actually talks, but we muted her here because it gets annoying to hear the talking. And of course, a causal decision model is not very user-friendly text, but it's essentially the foundation of the AI methodology that we're using, which is called decision intelligence, which breaks your decision, your transition plan into my key objectives, my intermediates, which are things that I can measure, KPIs, data that I can use to inform on my performance, key actions that you need to take, and the solutions that can actually get you there. And then the externals are things that will impact the success of my transition plan that I can't control. So climate conditions, potential drought situations, regulatory environment. And you can either choose to continue with the plan that has been developed, or you can ask it to do it again for you. So if we continue with the plan, then you're going to be piloted to the dashboard, and the dashboard will pre-populate with the decision that you decided to implement. And if you're already using the dashboard, then it'll have all of your active investments, and they'll be tracking against the key metrics that you as a user have designed. And if you are using it for the first time, it will populate with a decision roadmap that you chose, and it will pre-populate the key metrics that you need to focus on as a user based on your context. So is it water consumption? Is it waste transformation? Is it emissions sequestered? Is it energy consumption or efficiencies? And there are two constant, which is the human well-being factor and your current CO2 equivalent in your space, place, business. And policies and projects are actually the same thing, and it'll be my objectives: achieve carbon neutrality for my city facilities, and it'll be the solutions that I said, yes, please, I will choose to invest in these solutions. And you can see that currently there are, a whole host of solutions that we've referenced. We've got 20,000 in the database. There's actually only 1,500 uploaded so far, but you are able to connect data if you so choose, or you can go with the pre-populated data, which will be emissions by gas source, emissions by point source, which will be understanding health of biodiversity, things that we will use data that we can find, that PI knows how to find and to access, so that we can give information on your progress against goals. So that's essentially the crux of what we've developed so far, and we can go into much greater detail about the knowledge base and the data that we have assembled as training data, as solutions data, and the sources, as well as some of the testing that we've done. But just wanted to give you a quick view of what's already been built. And as I mentioned, we've got 90 days development left to get us to full market readiness. So we're running around collecting all first beta user agreements so that we've got a pipeline full to go when the time comes to hit the go live button.